Hello everyone. Let's learn the new topic, that is decimal. Decimals are numbers which lies between two whole numbers and has a decimal point inside it. So over here we have a 46.8. This point 8 is part of this whole number 46. Let's try to visualize it with the help of number line. As you can see here, I have drawn one number line over here and I have made 10 equal partitions between 46 and 47. And 46.8, this point 8 is the 8th partition of this 46. As you can see here, this is the first point. This 46 is basically 46.0. The next number will be 46.1, 46.2, 46.3. Then we have 46.8 over here. So this 46.8 is less than 47 and greater than 46, because 46.8 is the 8th part after this 46 between 47. Now say suppose if I have a number 234. We all have learned about the place values in our previous classes. So this place value of this 4 is ones, that we all know. Then this 3, place value of this 3 is tens, place value of this 2 is hundreds. Now, so suppose if I have a decimal point over here and my next number is suppose 6, then the place value of this 6 is 10. It is 1 by 10. Now if suppose I have one more number after this 6 as 5, then the place value of this number would be 100. That is 1 upon 100. And the next values will be like 1000, 1 upon 1000, then 10,000, that is 1 upon 10,000, likewise. So these are the place values after the decimal points and before the decimal points. So the number after the decimal points represents the part of this whole number. So now let's try to compare the decimal numbers. As I said earlier, the number lies after the decimal point is the part of the number which lies before the decimal point. So in order to compare these numbers, first we are going to compare the number which lies before the decimal point. So let's try to understand this. This number is 42.875. We read this number as 42.875 and we read this number as 423.95. Now, first we compare the number which lies before the decimal point, and before the decimal point we have number as 42, and over here before the decimal point we have number as 423. And this part, that is after the decimal point, the numbers which we have are the parts of these two numbers. This is 42 and this is 423, and we all know that 42 is less than 423. So from here we can easily say that 42 point its part, that is 875, is less than 423.95. Now over here again we are going to compare the number which lies before the decimal point first. So let's compare that. 23 over here and 23. We all know that 23 is equals to 23. So that means now we have to compare the next number after the decimal point. And whenever we are going to compare the numbers after the decimal point, we are going to compare them by each digit by digit. So first we take this 4 from this number and then we take this 3 from this number. Now you can see that we have 4 over here and 3 over here, and we all know that 4 is greater than 3. And since 4 is greater than 3, we can directly say that this whole number 0.42 is greater than 23.362. We need not check the next number, because after the decimal point we start checking from the each digit. If suppose we had a number this 4 and over here also we had a number as 4, then we would have compared the next digit number, and whichever we find first greater, we give the sign accordingly. Now in this number 2.03 and 20, and as you can see here in this number we don't have a decimal point, and we all know that this number is 20 and this number is 2.03. that means over here we'll take 2 and this is 20. Since there is no decimal point, we'll take this number directly and we'll compare this. We all know that 2 is less than 20. 20 is basically 20.0, which is 20. And since 2 is less than 20, we can say that 2.03 is less than 20. So this is how we compare the decimal numbers. Addition of decimals. 12.33 plus 23.13. Now in order to add these both numbers, first thing that we are going to do is we are going to write both these numbers one below the other according to their place values. For example, 12.33. Now I have written this number first over here. Now I am going to write this number below this number according to their place values, one below the other. First I will write decimal point over here, then I copy the rest numbers. Since this one is at 10th place, it will come under this 10th place of the above number. Then 3 over here, then 3 and 2. Now let's add this number. 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 1 is 4, then decimal point as it is, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is how we add the numbers. Now let's look at this second problem. First I will write this number first, that is 0.33 as it is. Now I am going to write this number over here according to their place values. So first I will write point over here below this decimal point. Now I write this number. This is at ones place, so under the ones place, then 1, 3, 4. Since there is no number over here, I will take it as 0. Now let's check. 0 plus 4 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 1 is 4, decimal point as it is, 0 plus 3 is 3. So this is how we add the decimal numbers. Multiplication of decimal numbers. 2.83 multiplied by 4. Here in this case we are going to perform normal multiplication, and at the end we are going to insert the decimal point. So let's start. 2.83 multiplied by 4. Now we won't look at this decimal point, we will perform normal multiplication first. 4 3s are 12, carry 1, 4 8s are 32, plus 1, 3, carry 1, 4 2s are 8, plus 9. So now this is our final answer. Now it's time to put the decimal point in this product. As you can see here, in both this number we have decimal point only in this number, and we have 2 digits after the decimal point. We have 2 digits after the decimal point. So in answer we are going to insert the decimal point after 2 digits starting from right hand side. So 1 and 2. Our answer will have decimal point over here. Now in this problem, again we are going to perform normal multiplication, and at the end we are going to insert the decimal point. 5 multiplied by 3, 15, carry 1, 5 2s are 10, carry 1, that is 11, 0, 4 3s are 12, carry 1, 4 2s are 8, plus 1 9. Now let's add this number, 5, 3 and 10. Now it's time to add the decimal numbers. As you can see here, in this number we have 1 digit after the decimal point, and in this number also we have 1 digit after the decimal points. So altogether there are 2 digits after the decimal points in both these numbers. So we are going to place a decimal point in this product after 2 digits from right hand side. So 1, 2 over here. So my final answer will be 10.35. Division of decimals. 2.8 divided by 2. Here we are going to perform the normal division. Up till decimal point, we are going to perform the division first, that is 2 ones are 2. This is 0, then we take this as it is down over here. Now we have decimal point next, so we'll write the decimal point in the quotient as well, and then we are going to proceed with the division. 2 fours are 8. So this is our final answer, that is 1.4. In this case also we are going to perform the normal division up till decimal point, and then we are going to place the decimal point and again proceed with the normal division. So let's start. 12.96. Here we all know that we cannot divide 0, 1, so we write 0. 4 3s are 12. Remainder is 0 over here. Right now we have divided up till the decimal point. Now we are going to place the decimal point over here in the quotient, and now we are going to divide this 9, and we all know that 4 2s are 8. Remainder is 1. We are going to take the 6 down over here, and now we are going to divide this 16 with 4. We all know that 4 4s are 16. So our remainder is 0 now, and this is our final answer. That is basically 3.24. So now we are going to learn some of the tricks of how to find the quick answers of multiplication and divisions with 10, 100 and thousands. Multiplication by 10, 100, 1000 and division by 10, 100, 1000. We are going to learn it now. And the multiplication of 10, 100 and 1000 with decimal number is very easy. All we do is just shift the decimal point from its existing position towards the right hand side in multiplication. And in division, we just shift the decimal point from its existing position towards the left hand side, depending upon the number of zeros that are there. So let's try this first one. In multiplication, we shift the decimal point towards the right hand side, and in this we have only 1 0. So we are going to shift this decimal point towards right hand side by 1 digit, because we have 1 0. So from here we are going to shift our decimal point over here. Now I'm going to write this number as 0 2, and we have shifted the decimal point over here. So my decimal point will come over here, and then I will write 0 over here. 0 2 is basically 2, and 2.0 is 2. So this is basically 2. Now in this case 2.1 is multiplied with 10, and again we have 1 0. So we are going to shift this decimal point with 1 digit towards the right hand side. So from here we are going to move towards the right and put a decimal point over here. So 2.1.0, which is basically 21. In this case we have 2 zeros, so we have to move 2 digits towards the right hand side, but we have only 1 digit after the decimal point. So we have to take one more digit, and we will take that digit as 0, and then we are going to put the decimal point and we are going to write it. Now as you can see here, our decimal point was here, and we have moved 2 digit, that is from here 1, and then again here 0.0. So since there was no digit over here, we have taken it as 0, because we had to move 2 digits towards the right hand side. In this case we have to move 2 digits towards the right hand side, that is we will move from here to here. So 1 and 2. So our answer will be 4, because 004 is basically 4. Here we have to move 3 digits towards the right hand side and we have only one digit. So we are going to take 2 more digits after this 3 and those 2 digits will be 3. And we are going to move 3 digits now. 1, 2, 3. So a point will come over here and 0. So this is basically 300.0 is 300. So this is how we multiply with 10, 100 and 1000. Now let's check for the division by 10, 100 and 1000. In division we move towards the left hand side depending upon the number of zeros that are there. In this we have 2 upon 10. 2 means 2.0 upon 10. So we have 1 0. So we are going to move one digit from here towards my left hand side and we are going to place it over here. So my answer will be 0.2 and 0.2 means 0.2 basically. Now here again we have in this problem 1 0 and we are going to move one digit from left, that is from here to here, because 21 is basically 21.0. So we are going to place our digit by one digit from left hand side, that is 2.1. Now in this case you can see that we have 2 zeros. So we have to move 2 digits towards our left hand side from here. But we have only one digit in the numerator. So what we are going to do is we are going to take 1 0 and 4. Now you can see that these are 2 digits. Remember, we will not change the meaning of this number. This is 4. We are not going to make it as 4 and 0. We are moving towards the left hand side. That's why we are going to take 0 towards left hand side only. Now let's move 2 digits from over here. Then I will get my decimal point over here and my answer will be 0.04. In this case you can see that I want to move 3 digits towards my left hand side from its existing point. So 2.4. Here I have only one digit towards my left hand side and we have to move 3 digits. So I need to take 2 more digits in front of these 2. So those 2 digits will be 0 and over here I will write for 1, 2, 3. We have moved 3 digits towards my left hand side and our answer will be 0.0024. So this is how we multiply and divide by 10, 100 and 1000. We are just shifting the decimal point.